Well, do you guys think we should get started? Are you guys ready?
Go for it.
I'm hungry.
So this is the end result we all should expect, right, Sarah? Right here, what we're looking at?
You're going to be looking at a lot of this, and so hopefully you guys all have your favorite cheese and charcuterie ready, because we're going to be doing some pretty plating and talking about some exciting things. So excited to dive into this with you guys. And this is just a fun little note. Everything is fine when you have cheese and wine. I know things are really heavy right now, so I just want to start off with a toast with everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers, sweetie.
Kathleen, you need something to drink.
I'm not prepared. I need a...
Drinking out of the bottle.
Oh, I can do that.
I could do that.
That is
I
what
didn't have time to make the glass.
I want the bag. No, I want the bag.
That was great. And then I just want to touch on some history notes of charcuterie. So charcuterie is derived from the French words for flesh, which is spelled chair, but it's probably char. I don't know French, so I'm going to butcher these. And cooked. The word was used to describe shops in the 15th century France that sold products that were made from pork. And then the practice of salting and smoking meats to preserve them dates back about 6,000 years ago to ancient Rome. And charcuterie is rooted in the belief that nothing from the animal should go to waste. And then these are some common charcuterie meats. So capicola, salami, prosciutto, which we love in our house, dry cured chorizo, and mortadella. And then these are some 5 fun facts about cheese. So cheese was discovered on accident about 8,000 to 10,000 years ago by the practice of storing milk in containers made from the stomachs of animals. There are more than 2,000 varieties of cheese worldwide. And then the holes in Swiss cheese are actually a result of fermentation. There's other kinds of cheese as well that will show those holes as well, but Swiss is the primary one. And then Pule is the world's most expensive cheese. It's very rare, so that's why it is expensive. And the United States actually produces the most amount of cheese.
Oh, that's it.
I know, you would think it would be France or Spain, but I was shocked to learn that too.
It's a very big country compared to France or Spain.
Yeah.
I think
they also have craft and artificial cheese.
And we probably
there's probably a lot of industrial cheese making here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we won one of like the best cheese awards actually somewhere in I think like Wisconsin or something.
Wasn't it blue cheese, I think?
I think that sounds familiar.
I bet the U.S. has like a wide range, you know, they're like goes from
We definitely do.
Velveeta.
slices to.
Velveeta.
I'm kidding.
Is that Paula Chang?
Does that count? Does that count?
That cheese?
No, it does not count, you guys. No.
Paula, you were at
I'm making fun of
our
America.
dinner, our Perkins and Will dinner right before we went into quarantine.
Yes.
I met you there.
Yes. Good to see you again. That was like the last happy memory.
Yeah.
We didn't realize. If only we'd known.
Yeah.
It's so true.
That was such a good dinner.
It was so good. We were just talking about it the other day. Like, awesome. Yeah.
Love it. And these are some wine and cheese pairings. So champagne with brie, Sauvignon Blanc actually goes with a lot of things, goat cheese. You could also pair goat cheese with Chenin Blanc or Chablis. And then a rosé from Provence goes really well with Havarti, mozzarella, fontina, and ricotta. And then a Pinot Noir with a Gruyere. And then Cabernet Sauvignon with aged cheddar. Usually a Chartres aged cheddar goes really well. And then a Montepulciano with a Parmigiano Reggiano. And then Malbec with Gouda. You could do smoked Gouda as well. And then an aged port with blue Stilton. So anybody who loves blue cheese, That would be a good pairing for you. And then if you guys want to share what your favorite wine is in the chat, we'd love to hear from you. And then grab your glass of wine if you haven't already. And then just to get ready, make sure you have your cutting board or a platter of your choice. 2 to 3 cheeses. If you're not a big cheese person, that's okay. You could do meats as well, and then a ton of extras. So obviously your pickles, mustard, dried fruit or berries, honey jam, apple slices, and all of that good stuff that you see here. All if you're going carb free, and obviously the wine pairing of your choice. And then I just want to share some examples to give you guys some inspiration on what you can do. So things like this, if you want to get a little festive for Christmas, there's some cranberries and rosemary in here. And don't be afraid of layering. The more, the better. Here's for those olive fans out there, a little bit more Mediterranean. If anybody likes clean lines, this might. You can add some pumpkins. Figs are in season right now. I actually have some figs I'll display today too. And then here you've got your honeycomb. I know a lot of you have said great things about that. Some stone mustard. And here you've got dried oranges, which I think is really pretty too, something different. And then I will break and do a quick demo, and we can start doing this together. So I'll stop share, and to get started, I always start with laying my cheese out the way I want it. So I've got 4 different cheeses laid on the board. So kind of start with that and kind of get set however you want. You can do straight lines. I always prefer the more organic, so I space mine out. And then if you have any hard cheeses, I have a espresso rubbed Toscana. I always like to cut a few of the first pieces to make it kind of pretty. Also make it easy to kind of get those first bites. And then same with this one.
To get all this stuff unwrapped.
Yeah, I definitely did a little pre-prep if anybody's unwrapping your cheese right now. I'll wait for you guys to catch up.
Good.
I don't know if anybody else has their kids with them, but I have my oldest son because he is a cheese aficionado.
I love it.
Always telling me to go to the store and buy a cheese. Like, can you get the Toscano? Yeah. Can you get this one?
That's amazing. And he knows each one?
Yeah, my other son is like cheddar only.
Okay, I have a question. 'Cause
Yes.
I am awful with cheese and I don't like it. But I'm doing this for my loving husband and family. So like Gouda that has like the wax wrapping, do you leave that on or do I pull it off?
I would peel it off. If you leave it on, then I would just cut the pieces. You can do it that way where you cut it and it kind of looks really pretty and you use it to like keep the cheese together. But I usually pull it off, but if you do keep it.
You know what? Let's use the new.
That makes sense. Okay.
So what kind of cheese is everyone using? I'm just curious. I just rated Trader Joe's.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's.
Some of the cheeses that were on the
Should you put like your softer? Should you put your softer cheeses like in a separate location so that they don't like What do you do with the soft ones? Put them like in a separate bowl or plate so that they don't like just smear all over the place.
Which ones?
Like the really, I got like a double cream.
Yeah, if you have like a burrata or something like that, definitely put it in a bowl so it doesn't smear. But it depends what kind of cheese you have. I know I don't really have anything like that. I have a blue cheese, but it's not super.
It's fair. Welcome to it is kind of.
And then I usually start layering. So like I'm gonna do like kind of a spread of apples on the one side. And kind of start filling in. And when I cut apples, I usually cut the sides off to get like a fresh, clean, almost so it creates like a cracker. And then I'll just slice them. And then you can usually rainbow these out really nice.
So do we wait to put the meats on until later? You do fruits and cheese first?
You can do it either way. I'm starting with apples, so it kind of creates like a line around a couple of my cheeses.
Okay.
But and add crackers, but I do a couple apples. I might fill in a little bit later. If you want to start with the meats, like we have prosciutto. What I like to do with prosciutto is usually roll it into like
Hi, sorry I'm late.
hi,
I'm here.
it's you.
No, it's good.
And then you can kind of layer those. If you like more of a all natural look, you can kind of just lay it, but I kind of like to roll the prosciutto and do these nice little, and then lay them on top of each other. I have to tell you guys, my dog is at my heels, like so excited right now. You can definitely smell I've got meat and cheese out.
Oh, I had to come in the room and get the dogs out because if not, they would be attacking me all up in my business, jump on my lap. They're like, give me the cheese, give me the meat.
Does anybody else out there have prosciutto or ham on?
Do you have any tricks on like if you're serving a group of people and like how many people, how many cheeses you should get? Is there like a ratio or?
That's a good question. It definitely depends on like you could easily do 2 cheeses for 2 to 4 people. I mean, I'm doing 4 cheeses for just 2 people tonight. So I think it depends on the quantity.
And the cheese doesn't go bad, so you can always use it again tomorrow.
There you go, Hella.
Wine and cheese every day, guys. Come on.
There you go.
Wine and cheese every day, yay.
Yeah, I think it's personal preference and quantity. I love, I went to Whole Foods today and got their $5 and under. I think they call it like the mouse trap. And I love those because they give you like a little taste of each one. So those are really good for smaller. I always find like doing something big for a big group is easier than trying to make a small platter. And like Hella said, you can just save it for tomorrow.
Into it. This is dinner tonight. I'm using like one of my largest cutting boards. That's what I'm doing. That's what dinner is.
This is our dinner too. My boyfriend's very excited.
So like,
I saw this idea of wrapping prosciutto on these like little sticks, like breadsticks, and so I wanted to try it today, and it's kind of working.
That looks good.
That's great.
The only thing I hate personally is when people are touching the meat too much to make them into like a rosette, a little flower. Just the thought of all these people handling that piece of meat grossed me out.
That's a good point.
Especially now.
I have little fingers stealing my cheese. Not ready.
Yeah, you're like, hold on. I love that salami is already like ready, like lined. It's like so easy to pull salami out and just lay it on the platter. And then, does anybody else like capicola?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We love spicy capicola.
Honestly, there's so many different types of like cured pork. I get confused what's what, actually. And I say that, and I'm Italian, and that's embarrassing to say, but what is the difference of, so capicola and
Brajol.
brajol, right? So, I mean, is it just the way they cure it? Is it the salt they add? I don't know. Is it like the different location it's, you know, from the animal, like what part of the animal it's from?
Also, different regions call it different things. So if you have something from Spain versus something.
Got it. I just know that I like it. No.
Okay, which cheese would be best with honey?
Oh, blue cheese. Any stinky cheese goes really well with honey. The honey cuts. It's actually the only way I'll really eat blue cheese is with a dab of honey. And fruit goes really well with blue cheese.
I also think if you have a goat cheese and then drizzle honey on top of that with some dried pistachios, that by itself is amazing.
That's really good. Totally agree. I agree. Okay,
There was a delicious goat cheese on the list that Sarah sent, and it's from Australia. And I have to say, if anybody on the call likes goat cheese, you have to try Meredith Dairy goat cheese. It's marinated, and it's to die for, and it's very addicting. That's all I will say.
Beth, I googled the difference between capicola and the other one, so it is where the meat is from. So capicola is the neck and shoulder muscles, where the other one is from the hind leg of a pig. Hind leg or hind leg, I don't know what you guys say. Or what we say.
You are so good, Hella.
Thank you.
That's from the resource director.
I love it.
I love it. And I've got some of those Parmesan cheese crisps. I don't know if anybody's gone keto, but we did keto for a little bit, and you can have Parmesan cheese crisps instead of crackers.
I'm gonna put it in there.
How's everyone doing over there?
Doing okay.
It's quiet, so that sounds good.
Do you usually put your crackers on the board, or do you like to keep them on the side?
I do both, so I'm actually going to put the crackers on this time, but if you guys prefer to just fill your board up with meats and cheeses and all of the yummy goodness and put your crackers on the side, that's totally fine too. So there's no like right or wrong way to do it. And then I'm getting to that point where I'm really like gonna get the board full. And I don't know if anybody else has fresh figs or are fig lovers, but I'm like so happy it's like fig season right now, and they're really beautiful.
So good and so pretty.
Or
You could do this, the fig butter, Trader
yes.
Joe's. with
That's Mary
the
Beth's
goat
favorite.
cheese.
Yum, yum, yum.
Hi, Kendra. You're wearing clothes.
What?
I said you're wearing real clothes.
Kind of.
I'm wearing a tie-dye shirt, guys. I don't think it counts.
Oh, that's
You buy that
interesting.
shirt? Is that
I
what
wish I tie-dyed it myself. That'd be awesome.
Oh,
Store-bought, guys. Store-bought. But next shirt, it's gonna be handmade.
I was so hopeful that that was a handmade tie-dye.
I know. Well, everybody we know is getting shibori tea towels from us for Christmas.
I know, I think
That's
Sasha
funny.
told me that. Sasha reached out. I was like, that's gonna be my family too.
Oh yeah.
It turned out so good.
I wasn't able to do the shibori, the towels, the tie-dye one that we did. I still have the kit, but I can do it that day. I do it on my own. I found the YouTube video so I can follow.
Well worth it. Well worth it.
I think I've tie-dyed 50 masks just because of you ladies.
All of mine are
It's
tie-dyed too.
so much fun.
Those are such good gifts.
Yeah, but 6 people in this household plus significant others, and we have to change mask all the time, so 50 is nothing.
Okay, Sarah.
I'm accessorizing right now, guys. The fun part of accessorizing. So I'm putting my berries and my figs and.
I was gonna say we need a close-up of your board.
Yeah, it looks great.
Thanks.
Very nice.
All right.
Record.
Get up in there. Some fine tuning. Oh, I see.
Wow.
Oh, so pretty.
Oh, wow.
Geez.
So I got the little jam, the little jar of honey and the honey stick, and some
Pretty.
pickles, some cucumbers and radishes, and just kind of putting those final touches on it. I'm going to sprinkle some Marcona almonds in there too, but I'm just to the point of accessorizing.
You did that so fast.
I know.
It's like hard to, yeah, this is like second nature for me for whatever reason. I like zen out and make a cheese and charcuterie board.
It's an art.
It is. It's so fun though. It's like.
So do you like doing like a variety? Do you like keeping things kind of streamlined? Because I feel like you're mixing it up and it looks really good. And
I think mixing and matching is like the best part of it. And I even do, I mean, we've done a lot of different stuff where we don't use crackers. Like we use apples and cucumber slices, and I've got some radishes too. So like we don't always use crackers with our cheese, or we just do cheese and meats. So I guess it depends on like dietary restrictions too. So that's why it's like, oh, I love, whose is that? Like somebody has a really pretty hexagon board right now. I can't tell who it is though. Anyway,
Eduardo? The his?
it's right next to Hella, at least on my screen, which isn't helping, but they're muted and they have their camera on their hexagon board.
Maro,
Called
maybe?
morale.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello. Byron, your cute board over here.
You're drinking. I'm working on the board.
It's so cute.
How are you, Sarah?
I'm doing good. How are you, Maro?
Good.
I like
love
everything
your
that's
board.
going
It's
on over there.
beautiful. It's what you did. Yeah. You see, I already made it. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, you guys look like you're to the enjoyment stage.
Yes.
The non-vegan
We are
lady.
ready. Yeah, we are ready for wine and cheese. And yes, we serve it.
Oh, Sasha, yours looks great too. I know, and everybody has different preferences. Like, I'm really particular about blue cheese, but my boyfriend loves it, so it's like I always include it in the platter. And I usually do for other people as well. I do love that home built fog. That's actually kind of like a blue cheese goat cheese. They sell it at Whole Foods, but that one I actually like. But I don't know if there's any blue cheese lovers out there. Anybody really love blue cheese? Ooh, Eduardo.
Gorgonzola, typically.
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of people that really love it. My favorite's probably wine-soaked Toscanos, or like we have an espresso, like coffee-soaked Toscano tonight. So, but I love cheese. I don't know if I would ever turn cheese down.
I have to go and start my son on a Zoom, but I'll be right back.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions or any issues or tricks?
What's the best knives to use for the particular cheeses?
For particular cheeses, that's a good question. So for softer cheeses, so like for the blue cheese, I'm gonna use like, you could use one of these. So they're just small, simple, like spreadable. This is really good for goat cheese too. So any of those like spreadable cheeses. And it is really good to have different knives for each cheese so that you don't mix flavors. That's a good recommendation that a lot of people will give you too. Yeah, softer cheeses more of the smaller knives, and then sharper knives for those harder cheeses. I actually have a couple.
Sarah, what about this one? Do you see this?
Oh yeah, those are good for
Parmesan.
Yeah, I think we have some of those. Those are good for hard ones as well. You could do that. I'm wondering if I have a different, yeah, we've got multi-purpose. We also have all these, we have a lot of mini stuff, which I love, like mini spoons. We have like these little mini tongs. So you could like use those for pickles or olives. And then I have like these little ramekins that you can put condiments in here, or like I've got the walnuts in here. I've got pickles. You could do olives if you're a big olive fan. You could also just put olives on the platter and pickles on the platter if you don't mind mixing. I know some people like things more separate. And clean cut.
I want to do this.
Sarah, what wine goes the best with blue cheese?
Sweeter wines. So you could do white wine, you could do a port. But since that's so flavorful, you kind of want something to balance that out. Are you a red wine
Awesome.
drinker? Or
We're planning a blue cheese centered board.
You could do a Riesling or a Sauvignon Blanc, or you could even, yeah, anything like that would be good.
Nice.
What is your wine of choice, Riz? I don't even think I know.
Malbec.
Oh.
Malbec or Pinot Noir. But I don't like either of those cheeses that you said go with those, so we're gonna have to figure that out.
No, but Pinot, out of the two that you mentioned, I would do a Pinot. If you could do a super fruity, really a California Pinot would be really good.
Perfect. Thank you.
I like wine questions. Anyone else have a good wine question?
We just did this thing at work that said that, like, what is it? Is there a cheese called Comté? Comté? Young Comté?
Oh, Comté.
Goes really well with champagne.
Yeah, Comté is great. It's so smooth too. I like that cheese. We have a whole cheese book, and then I should get a I'm gonna grab a book for you guys. If you guys are really into wine, most of you who know me know how much I love wine.
Me too.
But this is a really good book if you're a wine fan. This Wine Folly. Yeah, really, really great. And has all the different varietals, different regions. Yeah, so I highly recommend it if you're big into wine.
Does it tell you what to eat it with?
It does do pairings in here, and it has some recipes and stuff too, which is kind of fun. It also says like what wines keep the skin on and what wines don't. And if you want to know an app, Vivino is really good. You can take a picture of your wine bottle and save it, and you can even rate the wine. So it's kind of keeping like a wine diary.
What was it called again?
Vivino. Yeah, it's really great. And it does have most wines on there, but you could always add a wine. But that's a pretty great app.
Nice job, Ashley.
Yeah, I want to see it. Oh, I like that.
I need to kind of unconnect. Have like a weird shaped tray. So, like more Halloween themed.
That's great. Baby, right around the corner.
So Sarah, how did you get so into wine?
How did I get so into wine?
You know so much about it, and
I've traveled a lot for wine.
Yeah.
And if we go somewhere, we usually always look to see if there is a winery. Like we were in Lake Arrowhead this past weekend, and we actually found a winery and went tasting, and it was really good. But they only grow Syrah and Zinfandel on the vineyard there. It's really high elevation, so they've actually been winning awards for their Zinfandel. But then they get most of their grapes from the Paso and Santa Ynez areas. But I would say I've just really gotten into it from travel. Like I've been to Napa, I've been to Bordeaux, France, I've been champagne tasting in Epernay in France.
Yes.
So yeah, I feel so fortunate, but it's something I've like grown to love and just learn every time I go somewhere new. And I love absorbing all the new information. And I did live with a sommelier for a while too, so that definitely didn't hurt.
Really?
I learned a lot from him, so yeah. And then I've always loved entertaining. It's probably one of my favorite things is like bringing people together, and I definitely miss wine and cheeses with everybody.
Right.
So do I. Well, this is as good as it gets right now. And it's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm definitely, I don't know if anybody has any questions, but I think I'm to the point where I don't think I can fit anything more on there.
That looks beautiful.
I was gonna ask you, how long do you think cheese should be sitting out before your guests come? Because I know some cheese needs to like warm up and get the flavors and all that, but how long do you recommend them before the guests get there?
I would say like 20 to 30 minutes, like that's fine. That way you feel prepared too, like, and you have time to just relax. I think that's fine. And then, you know, that means it's probably going to be out for an hour and a half longer, so 2 hours total. I think that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so I made my board.
Oh,
We've got
pretty.
Okay, I made some salami flowers. Some honey.
I love your cute little pumpkin.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we got our golden pumpkin. And a little knife.
Great, Christina.
This is fun. That's a little hexagon board.
How did you make your salami flower?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. I watched a little YouTube video, so I'll show you. And nobody else is going to eat this, Hella. Don't worry. It's only my fingers and I'm eating it. So you go like this. Oh, here. That. You pinch there. And then you pinch there. Pinch there. Pinch there. And you have a flower.
So pretty, Christina.
How does it stay together?
And then I just like stack the babies in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner, but baby did. And then I was kind of playing around with them because they are kind of hard to stack. I think you have to sandwich them in between some stuff if you're gonna do it. Yeah. But
So when are you having us over, Christina?
oh, no, come on over right now.
Beautiful.
Anyone else want to share their plate?
I'm gonna try to lift up my.
Michelle, that looks great.
Here's mine. I don't know if you
Oh,
can.
that's great. So good, Shelly.
Thanks. This is fun. I've never done this before.
How many people are coming over, Quinn?
It's me, my mom, and sister, so I made a bigger one.
That's so
I'm all by myself tonight, and that's what I have to do.
I still have like half of my cheese left, so I can refill it.
I have a small cheese board, so I'll just put other stuff around it. To like.
So perfect.
Ooh, I was gonna get grapes. Now I'm mad I didn't. That looks really yummy.
Oh, wow.
Yours looks great too. Eduardo and Rachel, I want to see yours. You guys are diving in already, though. I love it. Oh, yeah, there we go.
He's a tough guy to get hold of those schedules.
We already started eating ours. Ours is disassembled.
I know. I don't want to
You
show
took a photo.
mine.
No, let's see it.
No, it's been that kind of day where I've just been eating it.
You're just eating it. I like it.
No, I'm not showing it.
Does anyone have their like favorite must-have accessory that they always put on their charcuterie boards?
Good question.
do.
I never make them. I just eat them.
I have marinated artichokes from Trader Joe's and their garlic stuffed olives.
Oh.
Fancy.
Trader Joe's amazing.
I know.
I realized
everything
was an accessory.
I always like to do the fig crisps from Trader Joe's. Those are kind of my constant.
Those are so good. I have the cousin, the rosemary.
They're so good, actually. Those are my favorite. Those are so
I know.
They're so good. So many of you guys have the fig.
They're so good. They are everything too.
They are so good.
I got the holiday ones, the pumpkin cranberry. They're really good, like goat cheese.
Yum.
I was really tempted with all the pumpkin stuff at Trader Joe's. All their fig and their nut butters.
Have everything.
Yeah, I love that too. We're big pickle fans. I think we always have little pickles on our plates and jam and honey. I'm a big fan of like fresh made jams and honey.
Before I start eating this, here's my.
That looks so good.
I loaded it up because, as everyone knows, and as many people are experiencing as well, this is our dinner. Oh my God! This should feed us.
I love it.
Oh. The elephants.
Sarah, have you seen the That Cheese Plate Instagram site?
No.
Yeah, check it out. She has gorgeous cheese plate pictures.
It's called that. What's
That cheese plate.
That cheese plate?
I love a good food Instagram.
Me too. Oh wow, yeah.
She's like
absolutely.
she does like paint by numbers like system for cheese plates.
This is so cute. Yeah, and she's got all sorts of like even
Like
appetizer stuff.
Themes.
Too.
She's got themes.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is so cute.
Yeah, I saw one idea that was kind of cute where you group by the rainbow and kind of rainbow.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Oh, yeah. There's incredible things too that like, you know, caterers do for events and like, it's so creative.
It is. What's that one catering company that just puts out like the big roll of brown paper and then they just
yeah.
I forget what they're called, like larder.
I think it's called well, there's Heritage, and then Lady and Larder is a great one on Instagram to follow.
Yeah, they do some really cool stuff, and then they write what the cheese is on the paper, which is really cool.
I used to do that when I first moved here. I didn't realize that it was somebody else's idea, but I would use butcher paper as a tablecloth. And I would just put the cheese right on there, write down with a Sharpie what the names were.
I love that.
Like with an arrow.
Oh, it's so cute.
So you guys share your photos too.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna
devour.
We have a
back together again. I forgot to take a photo.
Definitely take a photo. Definitely. We would love to see your cheese and charcuterie boards. And then Mary Beth, if you want to announce what's coming up next with us.
Yeah. Okay, photos are done. So we just wanted to give you guys a little heads up. So for October, we're really excited. We are going to do, of course, our presentation. So that's actually scheduled for a little later in the month on October 13th. So please feel free to join us for that. And we're doing 2 sessions this month. So you can pick which one suits your schedule better. So we've got a 10:30 a.m. or then a 12 p.m. noon. And then we also are very excited to announce and get your feedback. We would love to do a little meetup in the park for those who are interested. Very responsibly, of course, we would book time slots, but we're interested in getting your feedback. It would be pumpkins and products. So you can meet up with us, you can say hello, details to follow for that. It's on the 23rd. And then for our craft for October, of course, very in line with the season, we're going to do a pumpkin decorating contest. So it is going to be on Zoom, so very similar to this. And we are going to leave it open to your creativity. So you can paint them, you can carve them. We'll send you a kit. So we're super excited. Of course, it's just going to be a very creative and fun thing for you guys to participate in. So if you guys have feedback too, we'd love to hear your thoughts, especially on the pumpkins and products in the park, and what you think about our little pumpkin decorating as well.
What park are we talking about?
So
CBD. They're doing pumpkin stuff. Oh, I saw it on mute.
We have it tentatively planned for sort of like the west side, probably in Culver City. But we are also open to your feedback on that. So
How are people feeling about a lot of like the in-person product presentations that are starting to pop up? You know, we want to see you guys, but we're just curious how everyone is kind of feeling about that.
What do you mean?
Do you guys want to do stuff in person, or do you guys prefer virtual things like this? Do you feel comfortable doing product stuff in person?
I do.
I will meet you in the park, girl. Okay.
Yay! me too. Outdoors.
Yes, outdoors, of course.
I'm fine. Sorry I was late.
Oh, hi, Sarah.
Well, we're definitely going to do both, but
Yeah, we just wanted to give you guys the option this month, and we will send more details, but we thought the pumpkin one was especially fun. So it's almost like we're deprived of haute couture, so it's almost like haute couture for pumpkins.
Oh.
Yeah.
At least that's how I'm personally thinking of it, which is getting me extra excited. So.
Oh no, should we have like theme or something?
No, but I do love the idea of calling it pump couture, but that's...
Yeah.
So
I'll provide the fabric for whoever wants to sew.
So, expect the unexpected. We will share details, and the bigger concept is we want you guys to have the creative freedom, carving, painting, whatever, and we'll provide you guys with a little starter kit as always for the craft. So hopefully you can join. You guys have any questions?
That looks awesome.
And then thank you guys so much again. If you guys want to post on Instagram, you can hashtag #TuesdayTLA and tag us at InterfaceLA, at MB Cacciatoli, and KT_Los Angeles.
This was really nice, Sarah.
Oh, thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
So lovely.
Have a great wine and cheese
Bye,
night, guys.
Yeah, enjoy.
Enjoy your night.